And here we are, everyone. It has been a whirlwind of a day, I will tell you. Thank you so much for joining me in the conversation. I am Adrian Christian, and thank you, Facebook and YouTube, those of you watching. I am coming to you live as we are preparing in the studio for the premiere on October 11th. There has been just nonstop, just working around the clock, preparing for the shows that are coming, and we tried actually. I was on earlier today and I did the whole program just to find out we weren't recording. So it is a bit of a hiccup for us here getting started, but here's our preview and here's what we have to look forward to for the conversation. So, those of you who joined and who've been supporting and following me on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram, I want to say thank you so very much. You can follow us on YouTube, subscribe there on the Adrian Christian channel, and you can go on Facebook on the Conversation with Adrian Christian Facebook group. So, what is the conversation? Let's ask that question. The conversation is the state of the world where we are right now and the important conversations that we need to have as fellow American citizens with the upcoming 2024 election. It's a real concern for me, and it's the reason why I came forward to do this conversation, because there were many people that were having the same concerns as I did. It started with Maria Gentili and I on What's the Story with Maria, who I want to thank for inspiring me to do this program. We had a prayer for the world in the end of 2023, and we really wanted to bring down the temperature, the stress, the chaos, the confusion, and the exhaustion that has been this election cycle and the state of Americans in the last so many years, especially since COVID and so many things that have changed our lives from day to day. So this has been a real concern for me because of the way we're receiving our information. The news cycles are really spitting out a lot of information, and the information is causing confusion, and also it is creating division because we're living in a really unprecedented time where we don't really know what's true and what's not true. And why is that? Because of just the information where it's coming from both Democrats and Republicans uh, who who are campaigning for the presidency. While I am not in a position to sway any voters to vote one way or another, I will say this. My concerns are that we don't have the information that we need. You know, there's a free will to choose, and we all have the right to that free will. But what is that free will without a belief system? And where does our belief system come from? Well, it comes from what we are fed. And more now than ever, we're at a time where we spend more time looking at screens, seeing our information on social media, getting our news from those sources, hearing from each other. And the information is quite convoluted because with the advent of AI, artificial intelligence, we have a lot to be concerned about. We are being fed information that isn't exactly accurate. It's a time where we don't really know what's true and what's not true, and nor do we have a lot of time to fact check sources. And so that's why there is this chaos and confusion where one One day we're reading where unemployment's down. Another day we're reading unemployment is up. The economy is great. The economy is bad. We are fighting for reproductive rights, for women's health. Um, and now, we have two candidates that speak on all of these issues. We have Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, who are running for the presidency. And and one day we'll hear Donald Trump speak about abortion, and another day he'll speak about backing abortion. It can go. We are in a time where we don't really know what will be fed to us, and in the conversations that I'm having with people, it does seem to be consistently confusing as to what we are fighting for, what we are protecting. And I'm not so concerned about the candidates as I am about us, the American people, and for our right to reclaim our country. And so these are the conversations because after the election, when it's all said and done, we still have each other to contend with. We just experienced a time in social media where we discovered who our friends are and our families, people that we thought were supportive of our rights or shared in our beliefs, only to discover that there are people that feel differently than we do. And so the question that I have coming forward here is, how are we going to get along, and how can we mend our souls and our hearts so that we can be together and work together as a country? Because unless we get together and unless we have this conversation, we don't stand a chance at anything that is coming, regardless of who takes over the office. So I promise to bring on conversations, bring people on that will spark these conversations and pique your interest, and also to listen. This will be an opportunity while we have these shows for you to interact with us, for you to ask questions, for you to share your thoughts, share your feelings on what's important to you. And I, in turn, will respond, and I will bring those conversations forward so that we can all get together and discuss these things. So I just had a few notes that I wanted to look through: the free will to choose, the advent of AI technology, how we're receiving our information, how I have no vested interest. I'm simply an American and I care deeply about our country. We'll be covering news, politics, social issues, and pop culture as well. Things that matter to us because you matter. And that's what this is really about. And finally, I just want to just end it with how privileged I am to be able to lend a voice and to bring back the love. And hopefully we can gain some clarity, and at least when we use our free will, we will really know what that means, and we will really understand the choices that we're making and how it's impacting ourselves and our family and friends around us. So that's it for today on the preview. And we have a show to really prepare for you. And I'm excited to do so. And there is no set day or time where this will come on. You just check back on the conversation and you will find, when there's a topic, it will be brought forward, it will be discussed. And if you have questions, just feel free to send me a note, ask me some questions, things that you might want to hear about, things that you might want to discuss. So I'm here for you, and I just love you, and I am thrilled that you're joining me right here on the conversation. I'm Adrian Christian, and I will see you next week, and God bless.